beautiful YouTube family. I hope everybody is doing amazing. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for supporting me and subscribing. If you have not subscribed yet, please do, and hit the bell button for more motherhood videos coming soon. If you are new here, my name is Courtney, and I have started this YouTube journey to document our life, and we are a military family living in the Edmonton area in Alberta, Canada. We have a 1-year-old son and 2 babies on the way, a boy and a girl, who are due late October. Thank you for tuning into our life. If you are new, please subscribe and like this video if it suits your fancy. Today's video is all about my second trimester, as I am currently in my 3rd trimester. So I'm 29 weeks as of today. I don't really like to document every week just because, one, I have no time. I'm chasing after a 1-year-old and I'm pregnant with twins. Like, I don't have time for that, and I don't think people want to know week by week because honestly, not much happens week by week, but a lot happens throughout trimesters. I did a first trimester video in our old house. Now I'm doing this one. So this is my second, everything that happened in the second trimester and where it has led me to now. My cravings in the second trimester weren't too crazy. I feel like I craved a lot more food with Theo than I did this pregnancy. I don't know if that's because I just don't have time to eat everything I crave, or even realize I'm craving something. Half the time I don't even realize I'm hungry. I don't know, it was just like a weird trimester for me with craving food. Sometimes I would like intensely crave food, and then sometimes I wouldn't. With Theo, I craved food, like I said, all the time. This time I craved a lot of cake. I still crave cake. I freaking love cake. Anyone love cake? I just want cake. I want ice cream cake. I want carrot cake. I want angel food cake. I want chocolate cake. Mostly it's chocolate cake that I crave. For Theo's birthday, we got a cake made, and my friend was also doing the gender reveal, and I didn't know what she was planning, and she got me a cake because I kept saying that I love cake. So I had a lot of time to grovel in that craving because I had a lot of cake. But yeah, cake has been high up there on my list of cravings. The second one is chocolate, just in general. I just love chocolate, but that's sometimes what I crave. So I'll buy like just milk chocolate or whatever. Then I'll have like a little cube of it, and that'll end my craving, and that'll be good. So it's really nice to just kind of do that and not eat like a full chocolate bar all the time. Another thing, pretzels. I crave pretzels. Salt and vinegar chips and pretzels still crave sometimes, so I always keep pretzels on hand. Another one that I actually craved with Theo too was watermelon. Red watermelon, yellow watermelon, whatever, as long as it's watermelon. I have been craving watermelon, which is good because watermelons are in season right now, so they're delicious. Another thing that's super weird, so with Theo, I craved bacon before we found out that I was pregnant with him, and we were like, we're pregnant. Like, we're probably pregnant, because I hated bacon. This is also a weird one. I haven't had these in years. Maple sausages. So I think I've showed you guys maple sausages before. They're like the only breakfast sausage that I like. Okay, popcorn. Popcorn? I literally could have a full bag to myself. I get mad when I make popcorn for myself. I make a whole bag for me, and then Shane comes over with his small bowl and he fills his bowl, and I'm like, get away, go make your own bag of popcorn. He's like, you don't need a full bag of popcorn to yourself. Yes I do. I need a full bag of popcorn. So popcorn is like probably my number one thing. Another thing is eggs. So just like scrambled eggs. I put butter in the pan, and then I put a little bit of milk, like soy milk, in with my eggs, and then I just put like salt and pepper sometimes. Sometimes I put like red peppers. Sometimes I put tomatoes, green onions. Sometimes I put ham. Sometimes I put mushrooms. Like, it just depends on what's in our fridge. But the majority of my cravings are just eggs, salt and pepper, scrambled in a pan. So freaking good. And also Theo likes them too, so. And then soy milk. Okay, so we don't drink milk, like from cows. I have a sensitivity to dairy, so we just kind of stay away from it. Also, we normally just use milk for cooking or like cereal. We're not like people that put milk in a cup and like drink it. However, I've been craving like soy milk, and I'm still currently craving soy milk, just in a glass straight, just drinking it like a drink. I don't know what it is, but I like it. So lots of kicking. With Theo, he had a anterior placenta, so it was like my full front. So I couldn't feel any kicking in my full front of my belly. I could only feel him kind of moving and like rolling around. So this pregnancy is completely different because I can feel them. I can just feel them kicking and rolling and playing in there, and it's crazy, it's wild. The kicking for my second trimester, I felt them sooner than I did with Theo. So that was new. They were also stronger, and they were also more frequent. A little bit of swelling on my arms and like under here, a little bit of swelling. I was more swollen with Theo than I am with the twins. I don't know what it was, if I was like retaining more water or what, but Theo was born at the end of July, so it could have been like the heat. And we have been having a little bit of a heat wave. We had majority of the heat wave in the second trimester, so that could have been it. Also, I will admit I'm not very good pregnant lady because I do not drink lots of water. It's a struggle for me. I have to put an alarm on my phone, and I have to like be like, are you drinking your water for this hour? And like do all that because I forget to drink water. So that could have also been why I was like a little bit more swollen in the second trimester. And then the salty foods like pretzels and chips and stuff could have also made me retain water a little bit more. I had a little bit of acne, which is weird for me. When I'm pregnant, I don't get acne because all throughout like my preteenhood and like teenagerhood, I would get acne. And then they say that when you get pregnant, it's like the opposite of what you normally are. So I just don't get acne. Whereas people like that don't get acne normally and then get acne when they're pregnant, it's just because of like hormones or whatever. But I guess I'm blessed. I mean, I would rather acne when pregnant and not have acne on a day-to-day basis when you're not pregnant, but I'll take what I can get. So I got a little bit of acne at the beginning, and then it tapered off. I don't know what the heck happened. At the beginning, I was like, I got the acne and I was like, oh, I think we're having a girl, because I never once got acne with Theo, like at all, like nothing, like not even a zit, nothing. But this time I got a little bit at the beginning of my second trimester, and then it kind of went away. And I was like, oh, we're having a girl, and we are having a girl. We're having one girl and one boy. So another one is no energy. So this started in the second trimester and is still going. This could be for many reasons. Like normally when you're pregnant, you don't have much energy, but now like I'm carrying 2 babies, so that could also be why. It could be because of my iron. So I've been having a really hard time with my iron, and it started in the second trimester. So in the second trimester, I had an incident. I was going to pass out, like I was like really close to passing out. I basically was standing, doing my hair and makeup, brushing my teeth, whatever, and walking around with Theo because Theo was playing beside me. So I was just kind of doing a little bit of stuff, and I started to feel kind of lightheaded. So then as I was like doing my mascara, I was like, okay, I'll just sit down. And so I sat down on the toilet. I just kind of was doing my mascara. Things started to get really like, almost like I was tipsy, like that tipsy feeling. So I stood up, I went to the fan. I have a fan in my room, and I sat in front of the fan because I was like, oh, maybe I'm too hot, because it was hot. It was a heat wave. So I sat in front of the fan with the fan blowing on me, and then all of a sudden my vision started getting like those speckly things. So then I called Shane. Shane was downstairs in his office. So I called him and I was like, hey, can you please come upstairs? Something's wrong and I don't know how to fix it. So then he got me some water, and he sat me down on my nursing chair in our bedroom, and all of a sudden it got so worse, to the point where like literally I was like, I can't lift my head. Couldn't move my arms, I couldn't move my head. I felt like I was like drunk. I felt like I was gonna puke. He was like asking me where the buckets are because Shane doesn't know where anything in our house is. Men. He was like, where are the buckets? And I was like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom and kneel in front of the toilet. So then I made my way slowly to the bathroom and I did that. And he brought me the glass of water and he told me to drink it. So I drank a little bit of it. Slowly it went away and I was okay. So it could have been the position of the babies. It could have been pressing up against something, making blood flow restricted, or it could have been my iron. I told my midwife about it and she was obviously concerned that that happened. It didn't happen again after that, but she just wanted to make sure. So she gave me a requisition to go get my blood work done, check my iron. Turns out my iron's extremely low, so that could have been a high probability that that was the reason why. And now I'm on an iron supplement, which has been helping. I've been taking it for about 3 days now, and I can definitely feel like more energetic than I was before. Another symptom is mild emotions. So with Theo, I was super, super emotional. From the first trimester, second trimester, third trimester, very emotional, very empathetic, very in tune with my emotions, others' emotions. I would feel like, almost feel their pain. Like it was just like more intensified. And I'm generally that type of person anyways. Like I can be very sympathetic, empathetic, whatever to others. But this one, it was like it turned off. Like in my second trimester, like I didn't care about anybody. I would make myself care, but my emotions were at a low. It could have been hormonal, but it could have been because like when you don't have enough energy to even function, you definitely don't have enough energy to be empathetic to a friend telling you about blah, 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 blah. It could have just been everything blending into one and me not being able to like really retain. Like I couldn't even focus on things. Like I don't know if you've ever been so tired and you're reading a book and your eyes kind of go cross-eyed and everything kind of goes blurry. I would do that when someone's having a conversation with me, when someone's talking, and I'm like, so I think it was just either baby brain or low iron, being tired. Like it was bad, but it got better in the third trimester. Like I'm back to normal now, but that was weird. It was weird for me because usually I'm like way more in tune, but then my emotions would just like hit a spike. And like I spilled coffee on my shirt going to my friend's daughter's birthday party, and I bawled in the car because I had coffee stain on me and I never look nice. And because when you're a mom, you always have stuff on you and like you never get dressed. And like this is like, it's like 10 o'clock and I did my hair and makeup just to do this video. Like I don't do this. My hair was in a pony today with no makeup on. That's reality. So then I got super emotional being like, I always look grubby and now I have a stain. I already look huge. And like, it was just like really, really emotional for me. So I did have a couple of those moments, but not as much as I did with Theo for sure. Okay, another symptom is mild headaches. So again, this could have been from low iron because low iron can make you have a little bit of headaches. Tension headaches could have been a thing as well because when I'm stressed, I hold stress in my jaw, and then when my jaw tenses up, then I get tension headaches. That could have been related. Another thing in the second trimester that actually still going strong. I can't pee without leaning forward. I talked to my pelvic floor therapist, and apparently that's normal. Kind of like when you use a squatty potty to make your legs like 90 degrees or whatever for easy bowel flow. Leaning forward for women actually increases the efficiency, I guess, of urinary flow. It makes it easier. I don't know if the babies were just putting too much pressure on my bladder or what, but when I leaned forward, it relieved that, and then I was able to pee. In trimester, I was recommended to use a belly band, starting to use a belly band. And the belly band, because I have 2 babies, it's so restricting, and this still happens. Like when I put the belly band on, it feels so nice to just have my belly like lifted a little bit off my pelvis. But then after a few minutes, my belly starts going numb because it's constricting the babies too much. Like they're just being forced in this spot that they're not supposed to be. So it's too tight, but then if I loosen it, it doesn't work. So I've been having this issue, and it started in the second trimester. I feel like a lot of women don't experience that. I feel like that's like a twin thing. So another thing that kind of goes with like the jaw thing that I was saying is I am extra tense now that I'm pregnant. I don't know if it's because of the weight gain, if my body's like, ugh, we're kind of like overworking a little bit, but my shoulders, my upper back, very tense a lot. My neck going into my jaw and my head, very tense. My IT bands on my legs. So this band running from kind of your back through your, I think it's through your glute, and then it attaches to like the bottom of your knee. That's an IT band. If I sit for too long, it starts acting up, it starts being sore, but then obviously I can't be on my feet all day, so I have to really balance out my exercise, and like when I'm sitting, I can't just sit on the couch and watch TV all day because I feel it, or I can't just be in the car all day because I feel it. Like I have to be up. I get this weird hunchback. I got it with Theo really bad because I was working at the time and I was a receptionist, so I was constantly in a desk kind of leaning over. My posture wasn't good. My car at the time would like push, if I had a ponytail, it would like kind of push my head forward. So I got this like hunchback thing, and then it went away when I lost weight after I had Theo, which was nice. But now that I'm gaining a little bit more weight with the twins, I noticed that it's coming back. It did go away with Theo, so I'm hoping that it goes away again. Another thing that started happening in the second trimester was my belly gets really stiff and like hard very quickly. My limits with Theo would change very rapidly, where I would do things and I'd be like, oh, well, I did the same thing last week and I was fine, but then this week I'm not okay. That's like literally in like a day. Yesterday I would have been fine to do vacuuming the whole house, but now I can only vacuum a section of the house. Your limits change, and the way that I know my limits is my belly. So my belly gets really, really hard, really, really stiff. Even Theo's party, like setting up his party. Afterwards, I was out of commission for 4 days. My belly was not, like even the people at the party touched my belly and were like, it's very, very hard. And I was like, I know. Like, it's because I'm overworking myself, but I'm not doing that much. So it's very hard because in your mind, you're like, well, I could do this before and it's not overworking. But now today it is. So it's really weird. Also, I'm not the type of person to ask for help, so that's my fault. So those are all of the symptoms, the cravings, everything that kind of happened in the second trimester. Honestly, the second trimester kind of flew by really, really quickly. Third trimester is slowing down a little bit, which is kind of annoying because I wanted to go by faster. I want it to be over. But then also I don't want it to be over because like, then I'll have 2 babies that I have to take care of. And I'm not ready for that. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much. Thank you all for supporting me in this. We'll see you next week.